It's a pretty good one to start the day. Good morning. Waiting for my grits and bacon to get ready. That's my breakfast of choice on this trip. Quiet night's sleep. Every once in a while you hear some critters in the woods, but mostly small stuff and maybe some deer. Nice quiet night. A lot of good sleep. Waking up to another nice beautiful day here. Hitting the trail a little early today. I got 13 miles planned today. Heading over to T-Square Trail, where we're gonna link up with the Black Forest Trail. Well, for about half the day today, we get to enjoy the Donut Hole Trail in all its glory. Yeah, it ended up being a nice little camp. I'm gonna take this open area in one more time before I head down the hill. We got a pretty big descent to start with, and then a 1,000-foot climb right after that. Sun's shining nice now. Had a little rain come in last night for a while. Had some steady rain on the tent for a while. I have 13 miles planned, which isn't asking too much, but with the elevation change and the time getting dark about 6 o'clock, 6:30, I want to get moving. So yeah, this was a nice little camp. Definitely enough for one person. A one-person tent, one right there where I had my tent laid. Perfectly flat spot for me. When I tried to go this way with it, it seemed a little lopsided, but when I switched it to this way, one-person tent went in there nice. Now you could probably squeeze 2 people up here somehow. Definitely place for hammocks. It's going to be tight in here because the trees are pretty close together, but I'm sure if you look around, you can find some trees to swing from. Well, yeah, turned out pretty well. I got the fire pit cleaned up a little bit, straightened up. It is a dry site though, and with the water I brought up, what I bring up, 3.5 liters. I have just a liter I'm taking down the hill, so I did good on that. Well, let's hit the trail. So there's one whole cinder block there. There was one whole cinder block and another one puzzled together, but it tumbled apart on me and I really didn't want to put it back together, but I laid some flat pieces down on it and reconstructed it to work out for me. Made a little table out of the one end too, so that was me. It'd be tough to bring some cinder blocks up here. Still works as a pretty good seat. Been making my way down for a while now. Right now, I look up here above me. I walked across the top of that a little bit ago. And we're almost to the bottom now. And we just completed the Heiner Run Challenge Trail in reverse. On my Donut Hole Trail adventure, I went the other way, so I completed that both ways. Not like it's intended. I think people will race up this, you know, with not backpacks on like this, but way faster than I do it. But That's a tough climb up and down. I'm glad I didn't go up to the Heiner View to take a detour to see that, because then I would have missed that awesome sunset last night. It all worked out great. Now right over here, I camped over here to the left here on my donut hole trail hike. You can find some camping down here. Definitely hammock camping. The trees are pretty far apart. I remember camping here and hitting that challenge trail right in the morning to get up there to check out the view, because I did take the detour to the view on that trip. On this section I've been doing of the donut hole trail, you'll notice there's yellow markers as well. That indicates we still are on the Jack Paul Hammis Garvey Trail. Soon we're going to be splitting off from it, and it'll be all donut hole trail. Decided to make a pit stop here right at Heiner Run State Park. The trail goes right by it. We actually have to go up on the park road here to cross that to do our big climb, so I thought it was a good opportunity to sit in the sun, dry everything out. Had a nice long break, chatted with a local gentleman here and his dog. Got to throw out trash over here too, so that was cool. Got some water over here at the spigot, and I'm actually going to take probably an extra liter up the climb, because I don't know what the water situation is going to be like. I want to have enough water to get me up and over this thing till I can run into a stream, so I don't want to stress about that. Got dry socks on, got my other socks drying on the back of my pack. That was a nice break, but time to start moving. So right outside of the state park, we have a sign for Donut Hole Trail and Long Fork Loop. Now they both share, a couple mile section here going up. I've never done the entire Long Fork Loop. I've done this side that shares with the Donut Hole Trail. But if we go down this road a little bit and do the other part of the Long Fork Loop, there's gonna be a vista to check out on the way up. I think I might check that out. It looks like it's a pretty strenuous climb right off of the road. But at the end of the day, it's all the same elevation going up to the top. And then I'll link up with the Donut Hole Trail at the top here. Something new, let's try it out. This vista's kind of hidden away a little bit. It's a little off trail on the loop that I'm doing right now. Donut Hole Trail is right around the corner here. We should link back up with it. Yeah, that was a straight up climb from there. There's no switchbacks or anything. The Donut Hole Trail side of it would have taken you up the hollow, which would have been a longer of an uphill, but not as steep. That's kind of the theme of the Donut Hole Trail, is just taking you up and down through the hollows of Pennsylvania. And now we're linking back up with the Donut Hole Trail. We gotta jump through this little gate, hike through this little protected forest here with the deer fence around it. Looking like it might rain though. I'm off trail a little bit here, just checking this place out. I want to say this used to be an old strip mine. Spent most of the afternoon on the donut hole trail here. Down underneath us here, beneath us, is where we're gonna find the T-square trail. We gotta make our way down there first. Okay, there it is. Here's the intersection with T-square trail. Now my donut hole trail adventure I did a few years back, I camped not too far up the donut hole trail from here. I think I might go up there and take a break. Looks like a lot of trees have come down since last time I was here. A lot of maintenance has been going on up the T-square trail too, I could tell. There's a lot more trees around here when I was here. Well, here's the 2 trees I hung on. There's a fire pit I did not use because my hammock tarp was in it. Now I know I read about the T-square trail and why it's called that. It's named after a hiker. He would have his signature T squared because his first name started with a T, his last name started with a T. He was also very instrumental in all the trail building around this area. And this trail is a nod to him. It's hard to believe the Donut Hole Trail, Black Forest Trail are about 5.5 miles apart, but they are at this point. That's a wild tree, the way it grew. Here we are crossing Dry Run Road. The T-square trail has been actually quite lovely to hike. There are some climbs to it, some nice switchbacks, but the maintenance is perfect. Looks like it's been recently mowed, nice and wide open, marked well. Very nice section of trail. Black Forest Trail's right around the corner. Been cruising this last mile or two. It's been pretty flat like this. We got a big descent right down into the trail, Black Forest Trail that is. Right now I'm worried about the rain. All these dark clouds started rolling over me. Wonder if it's going to rain on me as I'm trying to set up. So that means I'm going to be setting up the tent probably first thing. Make sure everything's dry in there. Just in case I get one of those showers that's been coming through here and there on this trip. Hello, Black Forest Trail. We made it. Beautiful camp right in front of me too, waiting for me. And there's a little surprise for you on the other side of the sign, so look out. You ever do that trick? Did it when we were kids. You stand in a doorway and you just press your arms against the doorway for like 20 or 30 seconds, and then you walk away and your arms start lifting up. That's what it's like taking a backpack off. Not with your arms, but with your shoulders. You're like, oh. Almost feels like, almost feels like you might take off. Like I said, you never know when I'm making a straight shower, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw the tent up first. There we go. One of the things I like about this tent is the fast setup speed. I got that thing set up fast. I'm worried about setting it up in the rain. You can't deploy the tarp before the tent. You have to have the tent up, then tarp over it. So that's on my mind. But nice and super light, like out of the box, it's 1 pound, 13 ounces. And the room inside is definitely nice. It's great for changing clothes. You got a nice high peak in there. Anyway, maybe I'll show you around that as it gets settled in. But that's ready. Got all my smelly stuff right outside of it. But if I need to, I can close it up and put everything under that tarp. Looks like I got a little pile of wood here, and wood around here looks pretty good. So I'm gonna have a little fire. I got some bean burritos for dinner tonight. Started at Chuck Hyper. Here we are at Black Forest. Pretty cool. Well, hi there. Thought I'd make use of this remaining daylight here and make dinner with you. Like I said, tonight is the trailside bean and cheese burrito from Packet Gourmet. I have a little fire started here and some wood chopped up to, well, broken apart to feed it as I'm working here. Another nice little stack. The stack over here is a little wet. I'm gonna put that on later as it will burn slower. Behind me with this fallen tree back there, there's a lot of nice big chunks there to get a hold of, so I'm not too worried about getting wood. I did drag one nice tree over. But yeah, today was kind of a blast. I enjoyed it. Donut Hole Trail section was very nice. The T-Square Trail was, you know what, I was kind of not thinking for the worst, but it was way nicer than I thought it was going to be. There wasn't any views really, but it was really well maintained, easy to follow. I was like, you know, there's a chance I might have a hard time with this because I know how things go sometimes. We were around, I think, 2,500 elevation change today with the 13 miles we did. Tomorrow, I have a lot of options here at the Black Forest Trail. So I have a map here, I have a basic plan. I have a Pine Creek Lizard map. So I have all access to all these trails here at my fingertips with the map. So I'll take a look at that. Concentrating on making dinner right now because I'm really hungry. Okay, the trailside bean burrito. I think it's cheese too. Yeah, bean and cheese. I'm trying to get all this done before I get my headlight on. Why not use the daylight, right? Chili cheese Fritos on the side, or whatchamacallit for dessert. I'm the perfect example of a happy camper right now. And getting happier by the moment. Well, as I wait for that to go, I'll let you go and I'll see you at dinner time. Can't wait. That's so nice and warm. Toasted on the fire too. Well, it's just about 8:30 now and I enjoyed this fire and stretched out and relaxed a little bit. Now it's time to go curl up in the sleeping quilt and listen to this stream. And let this fire die down. I want to head into bed. As soon as I get in the tent, it starts to rain. Wow, it just comes and goes on this trip. There was no rain forecast, and every time I get a chance to check the weather, no rain forecast. But there it is. See you tomorrow. Good morning, day 4. Oh, it's cold this morning. Want that sun to start shining. Come on. Welcome to the Black Forest Trail. This trail's quite known. I call it the legend. 42-mile loop. Great weekend trip. Great 4 or 5 day trip. A lot of nice campsites, just beautiful scenery and the views. We're heading northbound from the T-Square Trail on the Black Forest Trail. And today is going to be a day of vistas. Got a couple of nice climbs. This is the biggest mileage of my trip here. I'm aiming for 16 miles. Got up as early as I could, but I like to sleep in. It's just about, it's 8:30 now. So I've been trying to make a point of getting to camp by 6 o'clock. So it gives me about 45 minutes to get set up with some daylight and then a little residual after. But I don't know if that'll be the case today. On the lizard map I have for Pine Creek, it has campsites marked out on it, primitive campsites. And I'm quite familiar with the Black Forest Trail. I know I'll be able to find a campsite here, and the campsite marked does exist, so I don't have the stress of finding my own camp, trying to make something happen somewhere. So if I get there late, I know it's going to be good. Here's an example of some of the awesome campsites you can find along the Black Forest Trail. Nice seats made, nice flat spot up there for a tent, beautiful hammock trees. There's quite a few of these spread about this trail. And a lot of real little primitive guys that you can squeeze into, but there's some nice ones like this. That's a pretty good one to start the day. Sun shining, warming me up. That feels good. This is the camp I stayed at the last night of my PA Wilds adventure back in May. Let's start it at the Quihana Trail. This is a nice little spot. Another one with nice chairs here. And back there, you can walk this side trail a little bit. There's another nice little spot there. Now there's a tree that fell down there. That had to fall down before May because that same tree was there when I was back here in May. But yeah, another nice little campsite on the Black Forest Trail here. This is a fun little rock scramble here, section of the trail. I'm heading down that way. Coming from up there. You always got to watch your backpack when you're swinging around on these kind of areas. You can easily just knock yourself off balance. Another great campsite here. I'm at the very bottom of my route for the day. After this, we're going to climb, a slow climb. We're going to be following this stream for a while now. We're going to be crossing it quite a few times. There was a couple of guys here on the hike taking a break as I was coming up. They actually gave me a tip when I was coming down the other side there, and they just pointed this way. Can't really hear yelling across there. I kind of knew what they meant. You can cross easier down here. Definitely, there were some rocks to jump over down there. They must have scoped it out before they took a break, and they reminded me that all the crossings I got to do up here. Enjoying the chili cheese Fritos on the break. I also brought that, and I also brought some Cape Cod kettle cooked salt and vinegar chips. I've been hitting those hard. Chili cheese have to come. They give me good luck. I'll be following the stream for quite a bit. I made sure to finish all my water up at that break back there. Had an Element salty drink. So I'm not carrying any water on me. I'm right next to water if I need it, and I'll grab it before it goes away. I mean, that's like 2 pounds I'd be carrying for like no reason. I'm not thirsty. Pro tip, I'd rather not carry the extra weight right now. Enjoy the hike a little bit more. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Let's see what lies ahead. So far, so good. Haven't got wet yet. That might have been about the 10th one. Beautiful out here, man. So we're just about finished crossing the stream. That was a lot of fun. Filled up with water, taking a little break here. We're gonna cross Route 44 shortly. And after that, believe it or not, we've been slowly climbing. After we cross Route 44, another mile or so, our climb will be over for the day. And we'll mostly be doing a little up and down, mostly descending down the campsite. And if the water's too high, or if you don't want to do those water crossings, there is a high water route. The Sentiero DiShay trail. It's a multi-use trail. I actually hiked that trail this past winter for a winter trip. It was a nice overnight. It shares a little bit of Black Forest Trail with it. And I'm going the wrong way. Had to turn around real quick. Luckily, the Black Forest Trail is marked really well. ran into some more backpackers on the trail. I think a lot of people make this a long weekend trail. It is a Thursday. One of them subscribed to the channel, so I'd like to say hi, John. That was a treat meeting you, and hope you enjoyed your trip. Pretty soon we're going to start some switchbacks and descend pretty steeply down, and that's where we're going to find a camp for the night. Camp's down that way. Still a long ways down. Welcome to the Algerine Wild area. Beautiful stretch right through here. Only camping by permit on some of those sites back there, but there's no primitive camping in this area. But you can take a couple steps outside of it and be just fine. That's our plan tonight. Well, the first campsite I came across down here was taken. I had a bad feeling about all the people I've been running into chatting with today. I think there might be a few more along the stream. Keeping my fingers crossed here. Okay. Here we go. Here's a little guy tucked in here. Boom. Well, I got set up super fast. Got the tent set up in the back there. Nice flat spot. Prepped some firewood. There's some decent logs sitting over here too, ready to go, and I fished a couple out next to the stream here. Got American Works burgers tonight from Packet Gourmet. Oh, I've been thinking about a burger all day. I got all the condiments ready too. Small gear explosion here. Oh man, 16 miles. We're a little further than my original idea I thought it was. It was probably more like 16 and a half. I thought I'd find a campsite a while back, but and then that one guy had the other one down there. I'm not sure if there's another one above me or not. Happy to have this one though. This is so good. I got double mayonnaise, double ketchup on this one. The other one I had the works. Awesome. Sitting by the fire, had my food bag just sitting right over here, and heard some rustling around back here by the stream. Lo and behold, little mouse. He's coming from my food bag. I gotta go get it hung. Yeah, I saw you. You're over here somewhere. Yeah, I got my bear line hung down there. I was very efficient at camp tonight. Just coming up on 8 o'clock now. Can you believe that? It's just dark. But I think I'll call it a night soon.